Did you know that as of 2024, the average American household carries around $8,000 in credit card debt? With interest rates on those cards often hovering over 20%, that debt can quickly spiral out of control. It's a common dilemma, and the right choice isn't always clear-cut. Hey everyone, Jeremy Chambers here, certified financial planner and founder of The Hourly Advisor. If you've ever found yourself juggling multiple financial priorities, whether it's managing debt, planning for the future, or trying to grow your wealth, you're not alone. One question I hear often is, should I focus on paying off my debt, or should I start investing? It's a big decision, and today we're going to break it down. Here's the thing. This decision can shape your financial future in a big way. Whether you're dealing with credit card balances or personal loans, how you handle your money now can set you up for success or keep you stuck in a cycle of debt. But don't worry, we're going to break it all down together today. In this video, we'll dive into the pros and cons of paying off debt versus investing, and I'll take you behind the scenes into my financial planning software to show you a case study that demonstrates how you can effectively do both with a smart, balanced strategy. Whether you're focused on wiping out high-interest debt or eager to start building your investment portfolio, this video will guide you in making the best decision for your financial future. So let's get to it. First things first, let's talk about high-interest debt. When I say high interest, I'm specifically referring to credit cards and personal loans. Imagine you have one or more credit cards with a total balance of $20,000 and the interest rate is 24%, which is fairly common in 2024. If you're only making the minimum payments, there's something crucial to keep in mind. While the minimum payment might start at $600 a month in this example, it decreases as you pay down your balance. So minimum doesn't mean fixed payment, since you're paying less each month over time. It could take you over 35 years to pay it off, and you'll end up paying more than $39,000 in interest alone. That's more than your initial balance. High interest debt is a huge problem because it works against you. Every dollar you're paying in interest is a dollar that's not going towards building your wealth. So should you pay off that debt first, or is there a case to be made for investing first? Let's get into why paying off debt first can be a really smart move. Here's the thing. Paying off high-interest debt is like getting a guaranteed return on your money. Think about it. If you pay off that 24% interest credit card, you're essentially getting a 24% return on your payment. And there aren't many investments out there that can promise you a risk-free 24% return. Let's look at a hypothetical client scenario. In this scenario, I have my hypothetical client, Brianna Balance. She's a single female. She enjoys shopping, traveling, and brunch with her friends. Even though she makes a good salary, she doesn't know where her money goes every month. She's 35 years old. She has $6,000 in a bank account, $7,000 in a Roth, $2,000 in some crypto, and $40,000 in her 401k. She has 3 credit cards. The first card has a balance of $10,000 at 24%. The second is $5,000 at 26%. And the third is $7,000 at 17%. She also has a student loan balance of $20,000 at 5%. She thinks she may want to retire at 65, maintain her current lifestyle and level of spending. She makes $150,000 per year and isn't doing any periodic savings outside of her 401k. Now, some people would say, in her situation, stop contributing to the 401k if you have high interest debt. But I'm not one of those people. In my example, I'm going to assume she's still contributing to her 401k, and here's why. It's essentially free money. If your employer offers a dollar-for-dollar match, that's a 100% return on your investment, right off the bat. No other investment can guarantee you that kind of return. No matter how high your debt interest rate is, it's unlikely to beat the immediate guaranteed 100% return you get from your employer match. In this example, Brianna earns $150,000 a year. She contributes 4% of her salary to the 401k, that's $6,000 per year. With her employer match, the contribution instantly doubles to $12,000. So that's $6,000 of free money, money that grows tax deferred until she retires. So, assuming she made no other investments other than her 4% 401k contribution, and just put additional cash flow towards paying off her debt until she had none left, what would be the outcome? In the right capital debt module, I'm assuming that instead of spending her additional cash flow, she actually applies an extra $500 per month to her debt. The current debt payments she's making is $1,157 per month, but with the additional $500 per month, this brings her to $1,657 per month. If she keeps the same priority of all of her debt, she would be debt-free 28 months sooner, saving her $6,058 in interest. But could she do any better than paying it off 28 months sooner by just changing which debts she applied the extra cash to first? Let me introduce you to what's called the Snowball Method. This approach is about the psychology of debt repayment. Instead of focusing on interest rates, you focus on the size of your balances. You start by paying off your smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate, while making minimum payments on your other debts. Once the smallest debt is paid off, you move on to the next smallest, and so on. The Snowball Method is all about momentum. By quickly eliminating those smaller debts, you get a sense of accomplishment that can keep you motivated. It's a psychological win, and for many people, that motivation is key to sticking with their debt repayment plan. Now here's something to think about. Would paying the highest interest debt off sooner help her save even more? This is called the debt avalanche strategy. This approach is all about the math. You make the minimum payments on all your debts, but any extra money you have goes toward the debt with the highest interest rate first. The idea is that by tackling the most expensive debt first, you're reducing the overall amount of interest you'll pay over time. With the avalanche method, you'll usually save more money in the long run because you're knocking out those high interest debts as quickly as possible. This method is great if you're focused on minimizing the total cost of your debt and are motivated by the idea of saving money on interest. And if she uses the avalanche method paying the highest to lowest interest rate, she's still debt-free 31 months sooner, but saves $7,112 in interest. The key is to do some analysis, have a plan, and pick a method that you can stick with. Both approaches can lead to becoming debt-free. You just need to find the one that works best for you. So in this case study, Brianna is debt-free in 2027. Congratulations! Since she focused on paying off her debt first, she's now ready to start investing. We'll use Monte Carlo analysis to give us a glimpse into how these choices will impact her future. So we're running trials to age 95 to see the likelihood of her running out of money in the future based on the lifestyle she wants. So if she just paid off the debt and stopped there without investing additional free cash flow, of course she has a 24% success rate, meaning she will probably run out of money. So let's assume in the year 2027, after her debt is paid off, she put $17,000 of that extra $18,000 per year of free cash flow into her 401k. She's already contributing $6,000 per year, and the 2024 limit is $23,000, maxing her out. This change increases her probability of success from 24% to 61%. It also increases her estimated median asset level from $0 at age 95 up to $2.4 million at age 95. Since she's maxing out her 401k, what would happen to her success rate if she did some Roth contributions also? For the sake of this illustration, I'll consider all of her Roth contributions as backdoor for simplicity, since either way would be non-deductible. This takes her up to a 69% success rate and an ending median asset level of around $5 million. Okay, so we've talked about the importance of paying off high-interest debt, and I'm sure some of you are thinking, that's great, but what about investing? Shouldn't I also be putting my money to work in the market? And the answer is absolutely. But should you just invest first and pay minimums on the debt? If we're talking the adjusting minimum, which like I said before drops as you pay down your balance, probably not. You'd be paying on the debt forever. But what if you committed to the current minimum payment, making that ongoing fixed monthly payment, and invested the difference? Let's see what would happen in Brianna's scenario. Assuming no extra debt payments and comfortable with keeping the debt longer, she has the cash flow that she can invest immediately. She started doing Roths in 2024 of $6,000 per year, since she's not making the additional $500 per month extra debt payment. She also will start her $17,000 401k contribution in 2028 since she will have the debt mostly paid off by then. So here's what happens. The success rate is essentially the same between the two scenarios. 69% when paying off debt first, versus 70% when making the fixed payment and investing first. But the ending wealth is a little higher in favor of investing first. 5.4 million versus roughly 5.1 million. And here's why. When you're young, time is still on your side, and that's a huge advantage when it comes to investing. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow, thanks to the power of compounding. Let's say you start investing $500 a month at age 35. If you average a 7% annual return, by the time you're 65, you could have over $560,000. That's the power of compounding. Your money starts making money, and then that money makes even more money. But if you wait just 10 years to start, your investment would grow to only about $245,000 by age 65. That's the cost of waiting. So what would happen if she did both? Paid a little extra to debt each month and invested a little. She would be eliminating debt faster and also starting to build that investment portfolio that will pay off big time down the road. In 2024, I'm adding an extra $250 each month to pay down debt. We're starting Roth contributions immediately of $250 per month, totaling $3,000 per year. Then we start the 401k contributions of $17,000 in 2027 when the debt is paid off, and an additional $3,000 per year to Roth since she has the additional free cash flow now. Again, I'm labeling all Roth contributions as backdoor for simplicity and illustration purposes. And again, we get similar results. This hybrid strategy gives us a 70% success rate and median assets of $5.3 million at the end of the plan, age 95. So to recap, here are the scenarios we explored. In the paying off debt first scenario, we added $500 per month towards paying down her debt and waiting to invest until her debts were paid off. This gave Brianna a 69% success rate and an estimated $5.1 million in ending assets. In the investing immediately scenario, Brianna, just paying a fixed minimum payment giving her a 70% rate of success and an estimated $5.4 million in ending assets. And finally, the hybrid approach. Brianna paid an additional $250 per month toward her debt and began investing immediately, which gave her a 70% success rate and close to $5.4 million in ending assets. So, what's the right move? It really depends on your personal situation. You need to know yourself and your financial goals. If the thought of carrying any debt makes you uncomfortable, you might prioritize paying it off first. But if you're okay with a bit of debt and want to start building your investment portfolio, a balanced approach could be the way to go. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Whether you prioritize debt repayment, investing, or find a balance between the two, what matters most is that the plan aligns with your goals and gives you peace of mind. I encourage you to visit our website at thehourlyadvisor.com and schedule a free consultation. We'll work together to create a customized plan that balances your debt repayment with your investment goals so you can start building the financial future you deserve. Whether you're tackling debt, investing for the future, or both, the right strategy can make all the difference. I'll see you in the next video.